What's happening, guys? Chris from NCG here, and today we're going to be talking about the Gardevoir deck and why it has released its stranglehold on the meta as best deck of the format. If you do not know, the Memphis Regional happened, I think a weekend ago, and there were lots of things that happened, but just for this video, we're talking exclusively about how Gardevoir got zero places in the top 8 and only 2 in the top 35. It was a top 35 cut instead of a top 32, but even still 2 in the whole of top 35. However, there was one that was 9th place, so you could maybe argue that with better resistance and etc. it could have hit into top 8. However, it did not, so still 2 in top 35 is ridiculous. So let's talk about what happened first of all. I put this question to the Facebook group Hey Fonte, and some of the responses were extremely helpful, so I'll go through some of them and a couple of the insight that I have right now. First of all, Joe Bernard indicated that the deck was underrepresented. These could be factors such as people have already qualified for Worlds, so they do not need to use the quote-unquote best deck of the format. They could want to test something different, or maybe literally they just thought that Guard was not the best choice, or maybe Guard was too steel. That is a factor because, as I said, the season has gone on a wee bit. There is players who have already caught that Worlds qualifying spot, so there is a lot less pressure on them to get the Worlds points. They can go in to get the money, to get the tops rather than the CP. So the deck cannot be the best choice for lots of different reasons. One of them is that the best deck of Memphis was Lycanroc Zoroark, and the deck gave Guard such a hard time. If you do not know, if you're playing the YugiohZoro matchup, YugiohZoro puts Guard under so much pressure due to it being 2 stage 1s rather than 4 stage 2s having to be pumped out, and Zoroark allowing to cycle through your deck a lot faster than anything Guard can do. So that immediate pressure puts Guard under a ton of pressure. However, with the addition of a second Gallade and the max potions, the matchup was always more positive in Guard's favour. So that still did not knock Guard off the top spot. It was still the best deck. Just YugiohZoro sort of replaced Gardevoir as its main competitor. However, Lycanroc Zoro is a lot faster than YugiohZoro, and it is a far more aggressive deck, using Bloodthirsty Eyes to bring up the Kirlias that are trying to evolve, the routes, being able to target the Octilleries a lot faster and easier without burning your supporter is just insane. So you can Bloodthirsty Eye up a Kirlia, or up an Octillery rather, ping it and then maybe end them down to 4 cards or something. That is just really, really good. So being able to do that just puts Guard under so much pressure, because Guard really needs that time to set up the 2 Gardevoirs and the Gallade and the Octillery. But however, once they do get that, they're probably going to win. However, Lycanroc Zoro just really prevents that from happening. Also, if they do manage to get the Gardevoir up, the thing that YugiohZoro really does not have is the ability to one-hit KO a Guard. The deck cannot physically do that. So we have Lycanroc with its dangerous rogue GX attack that can just knock out the Gardevoir, that puts a real clock on the Gardevoir that they cannot submit too many prizes, or get rid of too many prizes, because even if they do get out the Gardevoir, they will get pinged, and it will be GG, because if you play the Guard, currently you give away some prizes in the early game in exchange for being able to have the time to build up resources to go. So Lycanroc Zoro really just puts more pressure on the deck if it didn't already. Also, unlike YugiohZoro, Lycanroc has a way to one-hit KO the Gallades, that would usually come in and give the Zoroark portion of the deck a very hard time. It has Lycanroc himself attached with a strong energy and a Regirock on the bench, for example. That's it. That's the Gallade dead. So just having the ability like that's a really easy situation to pull off, considering the deck plays 4 or so strong energy, 3 to 4. It's really easy to get off. Obviously you can just do Lycanroc with 2 strong energy, but that is a lot less likely. So the Guard has always been a winnable matchup for the Gardevoir deck. However, with the evolution of the deck, if you look at Benjamin Brain's list, sorry if I've butchered his name, his list has shown how it's evolved to handle the guard matchup. Speaking of Benjamin, if you keep track of the YouTube, he will be appearing on our next Golisopod podcast. So please stay tuned for that. That's going to be a really good interview. Anyway, his Golisopod's Zoroark deck has evolved. It has played a lot of good choices. The list will be in front of you as we speak, so you can look for yourself how it just sped up a lot more to put a lot more pressure onto the guard deck. Metal decks are still a thing. The Silvally metal, the pure metal, they still exist, so having decks like that is really hard for guard. However, the metal decks did indeed get found out at Memphis, with very little, if any, metal decks reaching the top 35 and 0 in the top 32. So Silvally obviously suffers really heavily to Lycanroc and Buzzwole, but even still, if metal goes down, guard might have a bit of a chance, but metal wasn't that too much of an issue. Metal was just a deck that if it goes against guard all day long, it'll do great, but that just does not happen. It just does not happen at all. So we've talked about what guard suffers for, why it is not the best deck in the format right now. So let's talk about what guard can do instead to maybe reclaim its throne as the best deck of the format. Take a page from the Decidueye Zoroark list and play Evo Sodas to manage to get out that quick artillery turn 2 and start evolving up the guards really well. So you can go like the Vulpix, who search 2 Kirlias and then have an Evo Soda or something for the other route. So you have 3 Kirlias on board. It just really good. Evo Soda sounds really good in theory. It means that you're not getting outpaced. You can keep pace with the Zoroark decks without surrendering too many prizes, which is very good. Drop the max potions, because even against Buzzwole, the max potions do not go that far anymore. They were included for the Mirror and the Devolve strategy. All the extra trimmings or all the extra matchups are a bonus, but that is what they were designed for. If guard is no longer the best deck of the format or the most played deck, the Mirror is going to be a lot less likely, and we all know Gardevoir is non-existent in the meta right now. So I don't believe Max Potion holds merit anymore over some other choices you can play to really hit hard against the most played deck of the format, which is Zoroark variants. So you really need something that can hit hard and keep pace with the deck. You can go back to Sylveon. Sylveon can cock block for a while, build up your resources, play still really good, bouncing back. You don't want to bounce back to Lycanrocs, definitely not, but just anything that they've built up, you can knock them back. But the main is the Magical Ribbon. Search Paradise City. Paradise play is still really good, and just keeping pace with the deck, which is what we're trying to do here. You include E-Hammers to prevent the one-hit KOs on Gallade via strong energy. However, playing non-engine cards in guard is kind of bad, because the deck can break if it does not get what it needs right away. You could perhaps think of playing Zoroark yourself. However, there's not too much in the deck you really want to discard. But playing stuff like Puzzle of Time, it can seem pretty good in theory. However, space is very tight, so you kind of have to find space for all of that, which is a big ask. You could just play artilleries and mallows in Puzzle of Time, with say 2 artillery with the Evo Sodas. That again is a big ask, but it is something that you could definitely keep pace with the deck that way, or Guard System. It just cannot keep pace with the deck, or with the decks right now, and with the pure metal set coming out, maybe Guard's never going to make a comeback, and maybe that's why again it wasn't played. People have already sold it off, particularly the people who have got their World's Invite. No longer a need for it, and with the heavy metal decks coming out, it probably will not reclaim its top spot. So let me know what you think about Gardevoir. Do you think that it definitely has lost its spot? Is there anything you believe you can do for it, or anything in between? Please let me know in the comment section. It is always great to hear from you. But for now, this is Chris from NTG signing out.